Greetings from the island of Mindoro here in the Philippines. The big question is, how can we train, equip, and excite Japanese pastors to preach evangelistic series in their own country next year? The answer is here in the Philippines, the Mindoro for Christ event.
Adventist World Radio's goal was to ignite both Japan and the Philippines at the same time with the fire of evangelism. Could this be done simultaneously? Most thought it wouldn't work, but Adventist World Radio, AWR, moved forward in faith.
This island is one of the most promising in all of the Philippines. Oriental Mindoro is home to over 800,000 people, most of whom make their living by fishing along the coast or farming in the rice fields. The mountains are full of countless unreached villages, but that is all about to change because of what God is about to do through Adventist World Radio. 3 months ago, AWR started broadcasting that we were going to be holding an evangelistic series, Mindoro for Christ.
The people that came to do those evangelistic series were mostly Japanese pastors. Most of them had never preached a series before.
It was almost to be a field school of evangelism for Maranatha Japan 2018.
Well, in doing this, laymen got involved and began broadcasting every day, 9 radio stations, 4 people each, so 36 laymen.
These are local lay people who have an interest in sharing Jesus. They volunteer their time, they go into the studios, and they talk for 2 hours.
These laymen began broadcasting, but after 3 weeks of not having a single response, they became discouraged. They began to doubt the effectiveness of the radio.
They wondered if anyone was even listening. There was no response from the listeners, and they wondered, is this even working?
He decided to have a Bible question of the day.
The question of the day, I think, is the most brilliant idea. The day before, they would have a sermon like on the state of the dead, what happens to you when you die. The next day, then, that would be the question of the day, where do you go when you die? And the first 5 people who would call in would get a special gift.
Either a cell phone with recorded programs on it, a little radio, a Steps to Christ. As the listeners called in and they had contact with them, they would actually go to those villages and meet those people personally. This is dedication. This is people that are not being paid to do this, but people that love the Lord and are doing whatever they can to draw someone to Christ.
One day while here in Mindoro, we visited the 6-day store.
It's run by 2 Adventist ladies. They're open 6 days a week. They're closed on Sabbath.
This mother-daughter duo decided to take their little radio, set it out in front of their store.
And it wasn't long before people from the mountains started coming down. I know there was some that were walking 1 hour every day to come down just to listen to the radio. The music started coming on, and all of a sudden, everybody's clapping, and we wondered, did someone prompt them to clap just because we're there? But no, they clap every single day when that music comes on because they're so excited about the broadcast.
The year was 1977. We were missionaries in Zaire in the Congo, living on the mission station in the Kasai. I was on safari in Dekesi. I was at the village of Nkokoloka and went to Nkokoswe. The next morning when I woke up, a lady knocked on my door. Her name was Bertha. She said, "Pastor, will you baptize me?" I said, "Sure, Bertha, I'll baptize you. But why would you walk 20 miles all night long to be baptized. She says something I'll never forget. She said, Pastor McKee, I am so sick and tired of this old world. I want to go home and see Jesus. I thought I would never see that kind of a desire to be baptized, that excitement again in my ministry, my life. But it happened. It has happened right now here in the Philippines. A group of people, 25 of them, walked out of the mountains across jungles and rivers and streams to be baptized. 12 of them were baptized. It was so exciting. They walked not 20 miles, but 48 miles. It was thrilling, unbelievable to baptize these people who had so much excitement and desire to see Jesus. We are experiencing the outpouring of the Holy Spirit here on this island.
We knew we would have success here, but we never imagined we would have the success that we are having here today. Some of these Japanese pastors, their entire lives, they baptize one or maybe two people a year. And to be here and all of a sudden have this mass baptism where they're baptizing 25, 30 people, it will change their lives forever. And they're going to take that fire and they're going to go back to Japan.
To see that person come up out of the water with such joy on their face, there's nothing like that. And you times that by 1,400, that's what the Sabbath was like.
As a result of AWR's ministry in Mindoro, today we are baptizing more than 1,400 people.
I thought before that radio would not work here in Mindoro. Now, I believe that God is still working radio to reach people and to prepare people for His kingdom.
Thank you so much for your support of Adventist World Radio, whose Bible programs penetrate all countries and through all walls, no borders. Thank you for your prayers and for your support, which make all this possible. May God bless you.
These miracles are not from our grandparents' old mission storybooks. No, this is happening now. We are reaching the final chapters in Earth's history, and God's Spirit is being poured out all over this world. It's time to take our listeners from broadcast to baptism. This is AWR 360.